How's it going, everybody? Ed Ricker here, and I am at a currently vacant but completely awesome glass building in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It's been vacant for probably over 2 years, and we've been flying at it and have had no problems, so I'm counting my lucky stars. But this is a really cool place to try different types of flying, and most notably today is going to be backwards flying with FPV quads. Backwards flying is a little unintuitive because if you've got goggles on your face and you're flying your quad with a camera that's pointed directly in front, there's no way to know what's behind you. So are you memorizing things? Are you just winging it and hoping for the best? There are some best practices for FPV flying backwards. It may seem challenging, but actually it's easy here for a couple different reasons, and I'll show you why. Today I'll be using the Armiton Marmot DJI FPV, and also the footage is going to come from the GoPro Session 5 right there. And then I got some Ovonic 1000 milliamp hour 6S batteries. Thank you to Genzace for sending this to me. I've used Ovonic for almost 2 years now, and for the price they perform really well. These are $23 each. And let's head over to the building. And first I just want to make sure no one's over there. I did a little walkthrough a second ago, but I'm going to do a slow recon flight. Just make sure I'm not going to back up into somebody, because that's not going to lend well to a video. All right, see that line in the concrete on the bottom? You also see the lines in the ceiling at the top. And if you turn this way, we also have some lines on the concrete, and we have some lines on the top. So everything is at right angles, both the lines, but also the structure of this building. These are all rectangular and predictable, So if we just take a second to see how this is laid out, we have this wall here. We also have this wall here. We also have this glass partition here. We're not going to go this far. Now my camera angle is about 25-30 degrees right now, which is going to help us do this backward movement a little bit better. If you have a much higher camera tilt, it makes it a little bit more difficult. Now first of all, let's just go straight forward, follow that line. It's a little windy, so I'm kind of bobbing back and forth, but it's okay, we're making it work. And that is going to be our forward movement. Easy. Gonna do an about face one more time, 180. Gonna use this line, and what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start moving forward like last time, but we're gonna do a yaw spin and catch it on that line as we continue moving backward. And I'm pitching back just a little bit in order to maintain that backward movement. So pitching forward a little bit, yaw spin, carry it through. Not even touching my right thumbstick, or in mode 2 anyway, my right thumbstick to accomplish that maneuver. As long as you are lined up perfectly center with your point of reference, a simple yaw is not going to adjust the trajectory of your drone. But just take it slow, and as soon as you get that 180-degree yaw, make sure that you're still in that line, and just a little bit of roll left and right just to maintain that line. So it's pretty easy once you get going. Just make sure that you can stay on that path. Now you don't have to start moving forward in order to move backward with a yaw spin. You could start at a hover and then just pitch back a little bit and find your line and maintain it just like that. But I just wanted to show you that you could also start moving forward, yaw spin, catch your line, and move backward. You see this wall right here? We can use this as our point of reference for how far we've gone. So if we're moving backward and we have our point of reference up and down like that with the lines, if we see that wall come in, we know how far we've gone. Now we see that wall disappear, means that we are getting pretty close to the end of our motion, our movement. Otherwise, we're going to back into that glass window. So if we do a yaw spin, see that window right there? We really don't want to hit that. So if we've gone so far that we see this gravel in our vision, then we know that we really have to stop our movement. Turning is a slightly more complicated thing. You have to do some memorization of where objects are and points of reference for after you've passed an object, what to do. You have these two, blocky pillars right here with the opening. And as we mentioned before, things line up really nicely. So see the door, that glass door? That is lined up perfectly with the opening of the two pillars. Also, that the pillars and the door line up perfectly with the sidewalk. And the sidewalk has this line that we can follow right here to make sure that we are perfectly in line with the entire length of the structure up until the glass door. Let's see what else we can count. All right, so you see these columns on the ceiling. We have one column, or I should say rows, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. And the 6th row is in line with the sidewalk and the opening and the door. The building edge lines up with this side of the pillar, and so the glass, as it starts up diagonally, meets right here. Got myself lined up on that line and fighting the wind a little bit here, but I'm gonna go this way, yaw spin, catch it, we're on it, watch the left, we got our wall disappeared, move. Now, watch it, second wall, disappeared. We're now in the sidewalk. See, now we have the wall again, and the wall disappears, turn. And that's how we can kind of orbit around these two structures. Now we're gonna find our point of reference again, right there, backward. Now, if we want to go through the pillars, we see the wall on the left, then the wall, we see the edge of it, the end of it, turn, touch the ground a second there, and look for our 6th row right there. Catch it. Keep going backward, and walls, we passed them, so now we turn again. Find a point of reference right there, keep going back. Wall in frame, wall disappears, turn, 6th, and back. Now we're gonna take a right out of here, boom. Find the glass right there, glass seen. We know we're outside of the structure. Wall disappears, turn. Let's go the opposite direction. Here's our point of reference. Backward. Latch on to the ceiling point of reference here. Wall on the right. Wall has disappeared, move. All right, glass seen up on top. Wall, and wall disappears, boom. 6th column or 6th row. And there we go. All right, now this is all lined up with the sidewalk behind me. So that means if I can continue on this line, yes, I can go right through. See that? So if I follow this line all the way, we're staying on it, we're staying on it. And we got it, and okay, we're about to go underneath the building, we're about to go through the pillars. Keep on it. Yes, pillars. Take a left or a right, whatever. Hard to fly and speak at the same time. And we've done it. We're flying backwards, people. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's like a mental workout. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm benefiting, but I'm benefiting something in my brain. And what I want to do is a little recon around the building. I want to see where my problem areas may be if I try to go backward around this entire thing. So I'm kind of just flying around, and you see, let me go back this way. See this pillar? This little thing that opens the door? That could be a problem. These flower beds and like this like foot high, you know, gravel pit thing, that could be a problem. So I just need to stay higher than lower, essentially. And then around here, I've got to stay on the sidewalk, because if I deviate at all, I'm going to hit either the wall, or I'm going to hit some of these like waist high posts here. The wind is kicking up, so I've got to be careful. If I line myself up, that doesn't mean I'm going to stay that way forever. So I'm going to do my yaw. Oh, there's a little wind. Woo, boy. And continue on. So that was a rough start, but I got it. Now I just need to stay on top of these lines. See the lines on the glass? You see the lines on the pavement? As long as I stay within those lines that I've chosen as my points of reference, I'm good. Now, see that on the left, that wall? That's the last wall. I've gone off of memory by knowing that, which means I have to turn. Turn, 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 still keeping that wall in my field of view. Now the second pillar has disappeared, see? So now I can turn again. Here's where we have to stay high and to the right. Remember, we got to stay here because there's a glass partition that juts out. We have to stay here. And I'm going to be higher than lower because of that door button that could take me out. So I'm going to stay high and just use this row as my point of reference on the ceiling. All right, wall disappeared. Second wall, that disappeared too. All right, so here is an elementary school that we fly at on occasion. Nobody here, obviously. School's out of session. But this is one place where I'm gonna do another backwards attempt. And we have this covered sidewalk, this walkway, and it goes this way, and it makes a hard right turn. It actually kind of intersects right here. And then right through here, we have these pillars where I guess parents pick up their kids or whatever. So we have 5 pillars, and that's important to know. Well, we have 10 pillars, but there's 5 rows of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we also have lights underneath this covered walkway. You can see up on the ceiling, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. There's a 7th one, but that's after where we need to turn. So there's 6 lights before we make our turn. We have this empty panel here, which is at the intersection, which then turns. And now we have 1, 2, 3 lights before we get to these pillars. This building has a little bit of a jet out part. See right here with the security camera? That's also indicative of the point where we're almost to the point where we're going to need to turn. Let's give this a shot. We're right here. We're going to start moving forward. Get our yaw going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. 5. Security camera spotted. And 6. Right there. Now we're going backward. We got 1, 2, 3 lights. That means the pillars. Yep, right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pillars. Slow down. Make a turn. Almost hit that tree. Forgot to look for that tree. Make sure the pillars get back in your frame on the left. See on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th pillar. Slow down. And here we go. We're going to get right back in here. And we're back in. So 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, and then the opening. And here's where we need to be. No, it isn't. Darn it. We missed it. This one. That's the one we need. And we're just going to kind of plow backward just like that. All right. Let's try it again. Got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Security cam. 6. Opening. Boom. Now here I don't really count the lights so much, but I do count the pillars. Because by the 5th pillar, we're going to have to do our movement. And there we go. Keep that pillar in the left of your vision. 2, 3, 4, 5 pillars. Inside. And we got that. Now here's where we are going to count the lights. 1, 2, 3 lights. And right through there. We did it this time. Nice. All right. Now, as long as the GoPro was recording, I'm happy. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope it helped. Also, if you make your own attempts at flying backwards or you're already a pro at it, comment below. Show me your video. And if it goes into spam folder for some reason, I'll make sure to accept your comment. So do so carefully, do it responsibly. Make sure that you are alone, in your area, because otherwise you don't want to be backing up into somebody and slicing their throat with your quad. Take care, everybody. Until next time, happy flying.